I'm here, everybody, with John Charles Holmes, who I talk to every 5 to 10 years, and yet I feel like he is me, and he's always with me. And I feel so close to him. Like, if I have a family reunion, he's being invited. Though I'm pretty sure we're not related. And
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that.
we might be. Do you have any family in Pittsburgh? Because that's where I was born.
No, not in Pittsburgh unless you got family in Baton Rouge.
Ah, is that in Pittsburgh? Is there a mini Baton Rouge in Pittsburgh? Because maybe then, or is there a Pittsburgh and Baton Rouge? No, I've no connections to that, and yet our names are almost exactly the same. And you do the things I wish I could do and would do. You are
Buddy,
watching.
I feel the exact same way. What are you talking about? It's
No.
like staring into a mirror.
Not exactly. I wish I looked as cool as you. And you draw amazing comics. You work for the Yetee full time. Is that right?
Yep. I'm the marketing director. Let's say director. I'm the marketing director at the Yetee. I do all the marketing stuff.
Which is extremely successful company. I aspire to ever have anything I make be a part of the Yetee. You've sold shirts on the Yetee. I have some of your shirts over there. I wear one of your Jammer Lammy shirts like constantly.
Well, I got a new one coming up. I just got a new Jim Lammy shirt approved, so keep an eye out for that one.
I'm buying it immediately. That's the best news I've heard all week, and I just bought $500 worth of Legos, so that tells you something. So this is very exciting, and we also work together at Nintendo Force magazine, where you draw comics too and write news and reviews now and again. You don't do as much news. You're more of a critical flavor man.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm there as a comic person, and I think once or twice, like a game would come out that nobody else was running a review for, and I went to our editor Lucas, and I was like, "Hey, no one's writing about Paranorma Site. Can I just do like a Paranorma Site review?" And he didn't say no, and I just kind of kept asking for that sort of thing, and he still didn't keep saying no. And eventually, I was like, "What if I just put my name in for review codes?" And they sent me review codes, and I'd be like, "Hey, I got sent a review code for this thing. Can I just review it?" And he said, "Sure." So he hasn't told me no for writing anything. I don't think I'm technically a writer at Nintendo Force, but I've never been told no for writing anything for the magazine.
I had no idea because you're writing some of my favorite parts, and you are going to review, I think. Did you get the assignment to review Blippo Plus? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna write about Blippo Plus, unless like you, I was gonna say if you really want, if it's really resonated with you too, I don't mind passing that torch. But yeah, Blippo was like on my radar immediately, and I think I saw it. I forget if they reached out to me or if I reached out to them, but they sent me a review code. They sent me two, and I was like, "This is very nice of y'all. You didn't have to send me two codes, but this is great."
Yeah, and you gave me the extra one, and I'm certainly happy to be Blippo backup just in case some Blippo catastrophe happens in the midst of your writing spell, and suddenly you need someone to tag in and Blippo with you. So it's was it originally a Playdate game? It's a TV. People should know it's just a TV station, like a TV network. Like it's just a form of cable, kind of.
Yeah, it's intergalactic cable from another planet because when you open up the game, it just throws you right into the feed of shows, but you can hit a button and go to a menu and it looks I do not know if it still exists. I guess it does. When you go to a hotel, it has this thing like the TV Guide channel where it's like the Excel sheet with like the times and the channels. Like it has that. I don't know if you found this either. It also has like a weird I don't know what the word for this is, but this used to be a thing. It's like not television, but it's like text on demand. Like
Yeah.
there's like a misconnections. There's like a channel where people just send in their complaints about anything and they're just submitted anonymously. You just literally just watch TV from this other planet. And as you're playing it more and more, you start learning more about the planet and why you can see the shows. Because like there's some sci-fi junk going on that's like connecting our galaxy to theirs, and TV is the
Whoa.
thing that passes through. And I don't know if you realize this. If you push, what's the rightmost button on a Switch? That's Y? No, left, left. If you hit the Y button, it actually changes it to a Playdate presentation, so you can see what the game would have looked like on the Playdate in the Switch version.
Whoa, wow. And did it ever come to Playdate? I have my Playdate. I just have not hooked it up in a little bit. Is it on there too?
Yeah, it was originally a Playdate game. I think in the game itself, the device you're watching Blippo on is called a PD, and I didn't understand it.
Oh,
Like Peedee. And my friend was
yeah.
like, "Oh, Playdate." And I was like, Oh, duh, of course, that's exactly what it is.
I thought it was like TV, but with like a pee joke in there, maybe like peeing urine.
There's like also like adult porno channels on it, but they're like scrambled out and you can't watch them. And they talk about PD stuff a lot. I'm like, well, maybe PD is something dirty.
Yeah, yeah, like OPP style from Naughty by Nature, their concept of the P. But yeah, it's I've not delved deep into it yet, and I'm so excited to hear from you that there's more to it that I'll be able to find out about because you turn it on and you expect a video game because it's on your video game console, and you then think, oh, this is being cute, and they're probably hiding the gameplay. And then, from what I've done, pressing every button, going to every channel within the concept of Blippo Plus, there's still no like it didn't suddenly turn into Mario Brothers or something. Like there was no gameplay to be found, and also it engaged my 10-year-old for such a long period of time because he's constantly bored and he always just wants to watch YouTubers spoon feed him information by yelling it and having the words at the bottom of the screen happen of what they're yelling and also what they're doing is happening on screen. And it's total junk food for his brain. It's more like baby food. It's just he doesn't have to process anything on his own. It's just streaming information into his head that's unessential. It's just a guy, playing Roblox or something. But Blippo, he took control. For him, it was actual gameplay. He's like, I'm sick of watching this. And look, right there's something else I can watch. Because YouTube isn't usually quite that simple. And the variety on Blippo. I was watching some dancers.
Yeah, they wait, are you talking about the exercise one where they're like in safety vests dancing around? Or the
Yeah.
one with the shirtless guy and his backup dancers?
Both of them. Yeah, incredible. And then suddenly it's claymation, a dog named Fetch is
Yeah, that's my
talking.
that's my wife's favorite.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Fetch was incredible, and then it was a doctor who's a clone of a nurse.
Yes, what is it, Clone Trois, where it's a hospital run by clones.
It kept going, and they're all short enough. Like I was anticipating each being a half hour long because I wasn't thinking very hard about it, and that's how it used to be when you looked at that Excel spreadsheet, that grid of channels. Be like, well, I'm sitting through this for a half hour, but no, after like 2 minutes, it's over. There was the one with the cowboys, like Galactic Cowboys in some way.
Like Canyon Cow, I forget what it like. My elevator pitch for the show was like, oh, they combined Night Trap and WarioWare. This is Night Trap and WarioWare if it was the same game.
Whoa, that's such a good way of looking at it. But is there more gameplay? Like I already love it because it's keeping my son away from YouTube, and that's never been done. But is there more to it in terms of play, in terms of making choices that determine what happens next that I just haven't caught yet?
Well, like you as the person playing the game, you're such an active participant in the game itself. Because like we said, the pitch of the game is that it's TV from another planet, and it's
Mm.
not like you're playing like a scientist or something. Watch playing like finding Blippo. You are you
Mm.
watching Blippo through the device, and like you as an active participant in the game is kind of the game. Even my wife was pretty astute, and she kind of said that it reminded her a lot of Hypnospace Outlaw, where a lot of that game
Mm.
is just going to websites and like experiencing the internet the way it used to be like 30 years ago. Same like
Yeah.
what TV was like 30 years ago. Except in Hypnospace, you are a detective and you're like trying to catch criminals. So you actually do have like a goal in that game. But I don't want to spoil it for you, and I don't know if you've done this yet, but like the game is split into what I can tell are days. Like if you watch every show in a day, you get a message from the programmer of Blippo letting you know that there's like a new packet of programming and maybe channels for you, and they'll update it, and it moves forward to like the next day of programming. So you'll get like episode
Oh.
2 of some of these shows. So like Clone Trois is a soap opera, and it progresses, and you can kind of like you actually can follow the plot in it, or you might notice like I don't know if you saw the show that was like it was like a Star Trek bar with a guy named Worf, and he's got like a Klingon forehead. Like that actor shows up later on someone's talk show, and he's like super snooty and stuff. And so there's just these ideas and characters and the events of the planet Blippo and what's causing your device to pick up their signals starts kind of getting pulled back a little bit. And if you're really actually paying attention to these shows, you learn a lot about the planet Blippo and what's exactly happening that's getting these things to you and whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. So like
Mm.
you as the watcher, I guess you are kind of playing detective in this game because like the game tells you what's going on, but the game doesn't tell you, hey, did you notice these two people are the same actors. Hey, did you notice that like
Mm,
this scientist keeps being like referred to as the expert on this anomaly, but there's also a rival scientist who has like crackpot theories of his own. Like there's these little mysteries that you have to pick up on as the viewer. And the game, by encouraging you to watch everything to see the next day, you do see all this stuff, and you get weirdly invested in specific
mm.
shows too, which makes it even better. So I haven't finished it yet. So if there's some big like near style surprise at the end, I haven't seen it yet, but it could be exactly this from start to finish, and I would be so happy with it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So, yeah, I wasn't super happy with the fact that it was that cryptic on how to unlock more shows. And with my 10-year-old beside me, he wouldn't sit through every show. So, like, I need to my gameplay, my getting through the challenge for him, which is our dynamic. Like, I'm constantly doing the hard parts of video games for him because he doesn't want to do it. The hard part for me to do for him will be just sitting through some shows he doesn't like, which is awesome. I can't wait to do that later tonight. And then we'll get more shows, and I'm going to tell him we got the message in the very low tech, I think they call it a fax or something. Well, it's like,
Some sort of fax thing. It has big. It kind of reminds me of like Sega Channel or something. Honestly,
yeah,
it's like a fax machine Sega Channel thing.
yeah. I feel like there was something similar in Travis Strikes Again, if I remember correctly. Like you would go to an email/fax button on Travis's crappy PC in his trailer and experience that feeling of we can't talk to each other, and it's not a letter either. It's like somewhere in between, and it's really indicative of a time when there was limitations that we were all
Mhm.
just used to, and the whole thing has a total cable access feeling to it that I really relate with all the people who made this game because of those limitations. Like
Mhm.
enjoying limits is part of the love of it. And to me it's also kind of a comment on how cutscenes have just taken over games. Like I used to
Mhm.
joke around with Edmund McMillan forever ago, Edmund McMillan, maker of Super Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac and stuff. He was gonna make a game kind of like this. I think it was gonna be called Terror Vision or something, with like disgusting stuff coming out of the TV, and you're forced to watch more
Mhm.
awful things. And then somehow that didn't pan out. But he always joked with me like, someday I'm just gonna make DVD the game, and all it is like pressing play on a new scene. I'm like Dragon's Lair kind of. He's like, yeah, but not even that. Just like I'm pressing play on seeing a guy do a thing, and that's my reward is he did the thing. And Blippo is kind of the realization of DVD the game, except it's a cable network.
Yeah, and I really like that idea of like just like the intentionality from the from or at least the limitations. So, like when I think about limitations on media and games and stuff, I think of more about like intentionality just because like
Mm,
intentionality is dead in modern media because it's like like I was thinking about it because like I know if you found this channel yet, but there's a channel with this guy and he's kind of got like a clutch cargo thing going on where just his mouth is animated in his face and he's just like he kind of like has these he's saying these really Cronenbergian things about like having hacked the channel and like Blippo is full of reruns and I've seen them all. You're gonna see all these reruns. And first of all, I'm half certain this has to be inspired by that dude that took over the TV airwaves that one time in that rubber mask. You know
was
that dude I'm talking about?
Mac Tonight the moon-headed guy?
No. It was this other dude.
Another guy. Oh, Max Headroom.
Yeah, he had on like a Max Headroom mask, and he like
Yeah.
hacked the signal for like a day, and no one knew where he came from, and he got away
Mm,
with it. And it's the same vibes. But I was watching that, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, do kids have a concept of reruns anymore? Like, no, like for real, do they have reruns anymore? Because it's like, well, if you're watching anything online or on Netflix, you don't get served up something you've seen before unless you go out of your way to
mm,
rewatch something. Then you're just rewatching it. Like you don't just turn on the TV and it's reruns and it's like, well, I've seen this before. Do I want to watch it again or do I do something else? Like if it happens today, if you got served a rerun, you literally would just hit the next button and go to the thing you haven't seen. And
yeah.
there's an intentionality to what TV kind of used to be that I do
Hmm.
miss. I miss it a lot of things, honestly. And Blippo really was taking me back to that, like this idea of like you get what you get, you don't get upset. Like it serves it up to you, and
Yeah.
maybe you don't like it. And if you don't like it, your only option is literally to change the channel. And eventually, once you've seen all the reruns, you start saying, I guess I'll watch this thing I didn't want to watch because it's something I actually haven't seen. And like I have not watched TV like that since I was like a kid. Like that just
Hmm.
stopped. Like even just once DVD started being a thing, I could just get like I grew up watching The Simpsons, watching it every day at 5 and 5:30. The DVD started coming out. I could watch The Simpsons at any time I wanted and not worry about reruns. It's like
Yep.
reruns are gone. I don't watch TV like that. Nobody does, but that's
No.
still really, really kind of cool that like Blippo has a level of intentionality to it that's
Hmm.
really nostalgic. And I would love to know what a kid kind of makes of it because it's like I just don't know if that's an experience that kids have the same way. Like they can, but if there's Netflix or YouTube in the house, I know there really kind of aren't, you know?
Well, to him, I'm gonna do something real quick because I'm making mistakes. Uh, so the light will go off, and I'm just gonna be dark now. You ready
Ooh,
me?
Holmes After Dark now.
For my kid, he feels like it's futuristic, exciting surprise that he doesn't have control. Like
Hmm.
it truly feels like a video game because he's used to limitless information. He can press play on any video, but he associates video games with things you're not allowed to do. Like,
Hmm.
oh, if you fall in the hole, you die, or when you turn off creative mode in Minecraft, like monsters might kill you. And this, it's like I can't just watch whatever I want. This is exciting. How do I make the right choices to make sure I get to watch the things I actually like? And it's almost like a decision-making practice for him. And
Hmm.
also a journey into the unknown, which is what TV definitely used to be. It wasn't just I'm choosing exactly what I want and I'm going to get exactly what it is. It was I have to take a chance on this channel for the reasons you said because I'm bored of everything else and maybe watching something new will be good. And after a while, I don't know, I think you were like this because I certainly was. You felt like a certain kind of mastery of TV. Like, I'm like,
Yes.
I know all the channels and the shows. Oh, 56. I know their deal. That's where you watch Goof Troop. Okay, I've got that mastered. And after you master it in Blippo, that's when you get more shows, which
Hmm.
is kind of a condensed version of how it used to feel after you'd watched all your shows and kind of felt like you had mastery of understanding of what everything on TV was. And then the excitement of like a new show or a new season of an old show happens, and you get to like start all over again and try to learn everything that you can about what they made for you.
I like that. Just a mastery of television. Because like even with me and my friends, it's really weird because I'm a younger millennial. Not that I think I'm like a mid younger millennial, not
You're
like
a
a Gen X millennial.
millennial,
I'm a
millennial.
mid-millennial,
Yeah,
and
you
like
did it.
I'm at a weird place where it's like I remember a lot of things that my friends don't, even though I grew up with the same things. I think a big splitting point for me and a lot of people I know is one, I read a lot when I was a kid. I read a lot when I was a kid. And two, I didn't have cable for most of my childhood, so most of my TV experience is with broadcast television. So it's like I'm not watching a lot of stuff that's made for kids. I have no nostalgic attachment to like any Nickelodeon live action show or Disney Channel live show. Like people are like Drake and Josh, oh my gosh, and it's like I don't know, man. I grew up watching like reruns of Home Improvement. It's all about what's his face and the dude from Family Feud. Like those are my Drake and Josh. And so
Richard
like
Karn. Yeah,
thank you. It's like a tip my tongue, Richard Karn. Thank you. But like, there's just these things that like I just know for reasons I can't explain, but I do. And I was explaining to my friends because I had some friends over after Thanksgiving, and I just put on Blippo because again I was tired, and I was like, well, this will be something. And I didn't even explain to them what it was. I just started the game, and it's like searching for the channels, and they're like, what? And it's like, well, this is what TV's kind of used to do. Like it would search for the channels, and it would let you know when it was done. These are all the channels that are there, and every new channel it found was kind of like a new treasure, kind of and stuff. And there's just elements to like there's elements to TV that are feel that definitely just feel like lost knowledge, and I always feel so out of my place when it's like I just know what these things are. I have
Mm.
vivid memories of using rabbit ears all the way up through high school. And I was at trivia, and Ron Popeil was an answer at trivia, and I was like one of two people in the bar who knew who Ron Popeil was, and I was like, yeah, like Ronco, this is a thing. That's the SCN on TV guy, but it's there.
Yeah.
That's just the mastery of just kind of like understanding so much about TV. It's such like an old thing, and it makes me feel old that I know this sort of stuff. But even if it's technically of my time, it's still just less knowledge to like young folks now, I guess.
Well, something I've always liked about you as a person is your fascination with older things. Like
Mhm.
you were one of the first people who's, decade or more younger than me, if I remember correctly. I'm 48, so you're good about younger. And I would ask you things like, so why do you like these old Mega Man games? And you'd be like, well, they're clean, they're precise, they wouldn't make them like this today, and they've essentially have stopped. But with Mega Man 9, they touched on it for a little bit in 9 and 10.
Hmm.
And you really showed me that human beings can do more than just like whatever's the hot new thing, and that I didn't have to worry about the youth not caring about old things because if they're cool, they will still be liked. And I have a feeling that Blippo is going to. I don't know. There's just so much information out there these days. I think it's hard for something like Blippo
Yeah.
to end up making its way to the top of people's attention span, seeking what's going to be the best use of my very limited time. But I think it's going to find people because the amount of care they put into it is completely bananas, with clearly not a lot of money, but for all the reasons you explained, where there's this underlying sub story that
Mhm.
connects everything together, and also just the level of variety and creativity behind it with almost no money. Like the sets are ridiculously,
Yeah.
but I want to make a Blippo show. How should we? You know the Blippo people a little bit, and I was on a TV show that was on cable
Oh
back when I
yeah,
used to be able
that
to
show you were on could have been a show on Blippo,
big
honestly.
time. So I want to pitch to the Blippo people. I'm gonna get a reunion of all my Road Rules cast members. I can get a hold of them, and we'll do some sort of terrible Road Rules Blippo rules, or Road Blip, or something like that. I don't know. What do you think? Is it too? Because MTV won't do it. They've turned Road Rules into lost media. Like you can't even. There's no DVD of it. You can't even watch it. It's
I
on
mean,
YouTube.
MTV won't do anything MTV used to do anymore. They won't
I
even play
know.
ridiculousness all day. I don't know what MTV is anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's painful. I met with some people from MTV right around when Shredder's Revenge was coming out. They
Mhm.
sent me a review code, and I'm like, hey, Nickelodeon, MTV, me, do you want to talk to me about making a game out of my old TV show? The Turtles got a show. I mean, a game out of their show. Why not? And they talked to me and were like, so exactly how much money is this going to make? I'm like, oh, none. That's not the idea. It's fun. Let's have them. I never heard from them again. So I know they're not going to do it. I'm wondering if I should just do it, or would you do it? What kind of show would you do on Blippo if you had your own
I
Blippo
mean, first
show?
of all, just pitching like a Blippo version of the real world sounds really cool. Have you seen the show on there with the teenagers, the Boredome?
I love that show. That show is
Yeah,
so
it's like
good.
I want to see like the reality show version of like those kids doing their normal thing in everyday life. Like what are they like when they leave the studio and they go back to like their dorm or their apartment? Like I want to follow those kids back home and see what they're
Yeah,
up to.
the makeup on those girls and how a kid will be like, I think aliens are just like us. And then the response is, aliens are nothing like us. I think they're made of gas. And then they don't care what the other ones say at all. They're just waiting to have their moment to say the thing, and everything they say is gold as far as I'm concerned. But
Yeah,
yeah, I would.
they're so weirdly cold to each other.
Yeah, yeah, but still like extremely likable and engaging the whole time. It's a real special thing those Blippo people did. But would you do a Blippo show? What would you do? Would you do an
I would love to do
animated
a
show?
Blippo show. I mean, there is already a cooking show on there. I think a cooking show on Blippo would be really fun. I don't know if I could do anything that's better than Bushwalker. Bushwalker is kind of perfection, and I love Bushwalker. Um, oh, but like,
What is going
who?
on with Bushwalker though? It's a first person like bushwhacking walking. He's got a machete and an axe. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or
it just has like a hunting knife and an axe, and it's just walking, and it's like the same. I think it's the same footage of walking over different green screened wilderness footage. And it was funny because my friends were getting ready to leave, and I was like, "Oh man, what's your favorite show?" Because we've been squeezing like another few episodes before we get out of here. And I was like, "Oh man, I love Bushwalkers." Like, I don't know, man. I feel like once you've seen like two of the Bushwalkers, you've seen it all. I was like, "You don't know Bushwalker." And we immediately turned the next day, and it surprised us all. And I was like, "I told you, you don't know where the show's gonna go." The programming in Blippo was already so perfect because like I love Bushwalker. I love Quizzards. Quizzards is actually probably my favorite show on Blippo.
I
And
only got
Quiz
to watch a little bit of it because my son was like, "That guy looks gross. I'm changing it." I'm like, "He looks awesome," but it's a wizard who it's a quiz show for
it's
wizards.
it's like if Nick Arcade had the rules of Jeopardy, kind of. It's really really weird.
That sounds awesome.
It's like it is the one show from Blippo that if it was a real 25-minute TV show with commercials, I would watch every episode of it. Quizzards is that show. Like Quizzards would actually be a really fun game show. So like honestly, like I said, either a cooking show or honestly just more game shows. I'd want to know what more game shows look like on
Hmm.
Blippo beyond just like the Jeopardy rules of Quizzard. Like I want to see what like a double dare for Blippo would be really great. Just like what do Blippo people find gross and how do they have fun with that? I would want to know
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Like what gets dumped on their heads? Yeah, absolutely. I would want you to be the host of the Double Dare for Blippo, and I'm sure if you have some time to brainstorm it, you'll be able to come up with something great. I think that's all the time I have. Unfortunately, I love
What?
talking to you.
Really? Oh no.
I know. I could go on. I could go on. But yeah, my 10-year-old's coming home from his fake Thanksgiving any minute now, and I have to prepare his toothbrushing routine and get him in his pajamas, get him ready for bed. But I can't cut you off either because you're like my son too. I got to prioritize all my boys, and you certainly qualify. Is there anything more you wanted to talk about with Blippo?
I mean, there's so many things I want to talk about Blippo and beyond. Like my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Like don't even tip me. Like bring me back to talk about like Of the Devil or something. There's so many games this year that are so good that I want to just talk about that nobody's talking
Yeah,
about that I want to talk to you about.
absolutely. You're more than welcome back anytime. This was so easy and fun. And next time, I'll have a consistent light. Let me see if I can get that light back on just
You
for a
gotta get one of
goodbye
those
moment.
ring lights that all those millennials have. Like that's
Oh,
their trick is they have the donut light in front of them.
it's such an obvious thing that I should just do and have totally not done. But now the light is back on. So JC, John Charles Holmes, an
Yes.
amazing human being, a man in my life who I'm so happy to call you a friend, even though I only talk to you every 5 to 10 years. But in my mind,
We talk more than that.
well, in person, I remember seeing you in a hallway and being like, "John Charles Holmes," and like getting all excited. And then we talk on email and stuff like that, and in the chat for Nintendo Force. But in my mind, we're always together. That's how I feel. And now that I know you want to be,
I know our paths will cross again. Like they will definitely
yeah.
pass again.
Well, you're invited on anytime. You're such an amazing guest and a good talker and a good person. And people can find your work as the marketing director of the Yetee on the Yetee.com. Is that where you're marketing
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Yetee.com, the spiel for that, we have two new t-shirts every day. We work with independent artists. We work with indie developers like Celeste and In Stars in Time. We work with big, not indie developers like Capcom and Konami to make fun, cool merch. And yeah, we have like at least two new shirts every day. We have other merch. We have some fun merch, weird merch. We got a big holiday sale going on. If you follow us on socials, 99% of what you're seeing on the Yetee socials is me. I'm often sometimes too busy to throw dumb jokes in the feed, but sometimes I think of dumb jokes and I throw them in. So if you ever just see a dumb joke or a Simpsons reference, you know that's me writing it.
Yeah, amazing. You are another Simpsons expert. You and Maddie Kopp, who I adore as well. You're who I
You
go
know,
to for Simpsons lore.
the when I met I hung out with Maddie a little bit in Tokyo last year, and I think like a good solid like 6 minutes of our interaction at first was just tossing Simpsons references back and forth. They were just both just like, yeah, our brains are poisoned, but who else are you gonna do this stuff with, right?
Oh, I wish I was there. That's so fun. And also, you write for Nintendo Force, and you're doing comics in there. You've got a
Mhm.
backlog. I should have bragged about how you did the Rhythm Heaven zine forever ago, and I know that haunts you a little bit. But you're also, to me, a legend. You're a haunted legend for having done that at all, and it is something I'm so proud to have been a part of. I show it off to everybody who gets in my house. Look at this thing. I drew a purple quiz man with markers slapping some buttons. Isn't this amazing? And they're like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, you want to watch Blippo? And they're like, who is this guy? How do I get out of here? But once they're in there, that's what they get from me. So yeah, people should definitely check out your work on Nintendo Force too. And I think that's also everything. John Charles, is there anything I missed?
I mean, if you want to just follow me because you think I sound interesting, I'm on Blue Sky more than I am anywhere else because all the other websites are garbage, and Blue Sky is the Blippo of now. So just follow me at Sonic9 at JCT at whatever all the stuff that comes after Blue Sky stuff is. You'll find me. I use the same
Yeah.
name everywhere. I make myself super easy to find. Um, But yeah, I'm just always posting about dumb stuff or things I draw or beers I make on Blue Skies. You can see that stuff there. And if you live in Chicago, I play taiko with Hoetsu Taiko. And if you follow us, you might be able to see us play a show sometime because we play people need taiko drummers. And they, oh my goodness, see, I can just talk to you about the wacky world of the kinds of people who want to hire taiko drummers. We had a request like last month from this weird fighting thing, and it had this like Deadliest Warrior vibes. And they sent us the poster for the event before they even locked in any drummers. They just called one of our members. And they just kind of like, we need drummers, and that's all. That was the message they left. But they sent the image of their poster. It was definitely AI, and it was what was it? It was like a boxer and a karate man fighting in front of a big golden pyramid with taiko drummers on both sides lining the walkway. And we just kind of we were like, what what is this? What
Yeah.
is
Wow,
this?
I'm worried they're going to lure you into some sort of death trap. It feels like that it's something that's trying to entice the innocent youth into some sort of underground fighting championship where you have to fight to the death. But did you play the drums for those people?
Oh goodness, no, we rejected it on the spot.
Well, that's a relief. Yeah, my fake son is safe. I feel safer now. But yeah, we could talk forever, and you will definitely be welcome back on the show again, Sean Charles. Thanks so much for being on.
Well, thanks for having me. You're a wonderful host.
Uh,
Honestly, I've been wanting us to do anything podcasty for forever. Maybe if
oh,
Lucas is hearing this, I could plant the seed of, hey, we should do an Attendant Force podcast to go along with the magazine. It could be fun. Just saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'll see. Similar to your writing, maybe we just start doing it, and if he doesn't say no, then we're done. Yeah, then we're in.